This next lesson is 8.4, three-dimensional figures. A three-dimensional figure has three dimensions: length, width, and height. A flat surface of a three-dimensional figure is called a face. An edge is where two faces meet. A vertex is where the figure comes to a point. And the base is the shape used to classify the figure. So if we're looking here at prisms, prisms have two parallel congruent bases, congruent means they're the same, that are polygons. The remaining faces are parallelograms. So if you look at the shape on the left, it is a rectangular prism. The one on the right there is a hexagonal prism. A pyramid has only one base that is a polygon, and the remaining faces are triangles. So in this case, on the left we have a triangular pyramid because the base is a triangle, and on the right we have a square pyramid because the base is a square. Another shape that's also considered into the 3D figures are cylinders. Cylinders have two parallel congruent bases that are circles. The bases are connected by a curved surface. A cone has only one base, and that is a circle. A curved surface that comes to a point at a vertex is the side. So looking at this shape, we've got to figure out, how do we classify this? How many bases are there in this? If you look right here, you will see that there is just the one base. It's right down at the bottom, right here. And that base is a pentagon. There are 5 bases, and those bases are what shape? They're triangular. So there are 5 triangular bases. I'm sorry, faces. So that would make this figure a pentagonal pyramid, because we name it off of the base, which is a pentagon. And it is a pyramid because there is only one base, and the rest of the faces are triangles. Remember, that's what classified it as a pyramid. So it is a pentagonal pyramid. If you look at this shape right here, there are 2 parallel bases. And both of these bases are going to be circles. The bases are connected by a curved surface. So that would make this figure a cylinder. Let's look at the next shape here. If we're looking at this shape here, there are, how many bases? We have 2 bases, and they are both, let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. 6 side would be a hexagon, so those are hexagons. So that would mean there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rectangular faces. So that would make this figure a hexagonal prism. Because remember, we name it after the shape of the base, and then if it's got rectangular faces, it's a prism. So let's look at this next one. This next one, we have 2 bases. Those bases are triangles. And then if you're looking for the face, let's see, what kind of face do we have? Our faces are right here, which those would be rectangles. But how many are there? We've got 1, 2, and 1 on the bottom, so there are 3 rectangular faces. That would make this a triangular prism. This next one, if we're looking at the base, let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sides. There's 2 of the bases, but something that's an 8-sided figure would be an octagon. So we have 2 octagon bases, and then there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rectangular faces. So that would make this one an octagonal prism. Alright, so looking at this, these are not a regular 3-dimensional figure, but looking at them, we can try to figure out what's the front, top, and side views. So if you're looking at this figure on the left, you got to think, if you're looking at it straight on, it's going to look just like this figure right here. From the front and side views, there appears to be 1 cube in the top level, in the top left corner. The front view shows 2 cubes in the middle, and then 3 cubes on the bottom. But if you were going to look like you're looking on top of it, you would just see 3 cubes. This one, and this one. If you were looking up from the top. If you were looking from the side, you would see right here, right here, right here. So again, you would just see 3 sides going up, 3 squares going up. That's if you were looking from the side view. So if you're looking here, again, the front view, you would only see this. That makes that kind of L look right there. But if you were looking from the side, well, I'm sorry, the top first, you would see the top of this cube, see the top of that cube, the top of that one, the top of that one, and the top of that one. All the different tops that are seen. So that would make this shape right there. And if you are looking from the side, you would see the side of all the cubes that are on the side, which in this case you would see right here, and that would make this shape. So go ahead and try this one on your own. Your front view, the figure looks like a row of 3 squares on the bottom, 2 squares on top of the right side, and 1 square on top of the left side. Your top view would just be like a row of 3 squares. And then the side would just look like a column of 3 squares. So now go ahead and try this one on your own. Your front, the figure looks like a row of 4 squares on the bottom with 2 squares on top, kind of like a sideways F. Your top view, though, would just be a row of 4 squares. And your side view would look like a column of 2 squares. Go ahead and try the last 2 problems on your own and bring those up to see me when you're done.